Corrupt cop gets fired and sued after ridiculous arrest. On March 10th, 2022, Wright City police officer Jose Malta Gonzalez approached a man, Hubert Josh Hall, in front of his house after his cars were seen missing license plates. During the interaction, the officer made a decision that later proved to be not the best one.
Not too bad. Are these your vehicles?
Yeah, well, this one isn't. Those two are.
Okay, so what's going on with them? They don't have any registration on them.
I just bought that one and that one. I took the head off of. I'll get a cover for them, man, but you get off my property now.
No.
I'll get a cover for them.
I'm placing ordinance stickers on all of them.
I'll get a cover for them.
You can't do that. That's not how it works.
Okay, you put your stickers on. Fine.
Okay, then you're going to be cited for it.
Hey, put your stickers on. I'll take care of it.
The officer tells him that he might get citations for this, which is not very legal, but the man just drives away and asks the officers to leave his property as soon as possible.
48, can you copy a VIN? Okay.
The officer takes his behavior a little personally, so he calls his fellow officers to chase him down and even puts a false allegation on him, but the body cam got the truth.
Pulling up here shortly.
10-4. Try and get a stop on that GMC Suburban. It just left.
That's clear.
He wasn't a fan of me being here.
Is it his residence?
I believe so. He wanted to flip me off and threaten me.
Although the flipping off part is real, it does not give the officer the right to conduct a traffic stop and detain the man. Here's how the interaction went when a detective pulled the man over after receiving a call from the officer.
Good, can I help you?
Got your driver's license?
What do you need my driver's license for? What'd you pull me over for?
What's that?
What'd you pull me over for?
For your threats that you made to one of our officers.
That's not a threat. What threat? What threat did I make to an officer?
I need your driver's license, proof of insurance.
You need a reason to pull me over.
I just gave you that.
For what threat? I didn't make any threat to any officer. I haven't. No, I am not, because I did not break the law.
So you're not going to give me your driver's license or proof of insurance, is that correct?
For what?
I just told you.
For what threat?
Okay, I'm not going to keep going through
Threatening an officer is not a crime. I didn't threaten to do anything to him.
It's a crime, yes.
Flipping an officer off is not a crime.
Threat to an officer is I'm not going to
flipping an officer off is not a crime. It's a constitutionally protected activity. Right?
Hop out or I'm going to break your window.
It's a constitutionally protected activity to flip an officer off.
That's fine. You can flip him off. You can't make threats to him.
I didn't make what threat? What threat? What threat? Okay, first tell me what threat I made to him. What threat? What threat?
I'm going to break your window.
What threat did I make to him? What threat did I make to him?
Driver's license, get out.
I will. Here's my thing.
Out of the car.
He was arrested and booked into the Warren County Jail for 5 hours before he was released. The police department charged him for disorderly conduct, failure to comply, and resisting. They also issued him 3 citations for unregistered vehicles in his driveway. This made Josh very upset, thinking his First Amendment was violated. And then on top of that, he was arrested and charged, so he decided to file a complaint, and 1 week later he met with the chief of police and Lieutenant Tim Matthews, who then explained to him the situation regarding dropping his charges.
I had an opportunity to review your case.
Okay.
One thing I'll say is that to begin, I am going to be voiding all the charges, all the summonses that were issued to you. I've also spoke with the tow company, and they have agreed to refund the expense you had.
$400. They charged me $400.
And you will be refunded every penny of that. So let me explain to you why. What we have here is a Sydney ordinance that has been on the books for some time that shows that the officers were acting in good faith in accordance with the city ordinance at the time.
Yeah, I know the city ordinance. I'm aware of it.
Sure.
I knew he had a right to be on my property.
Well, this is specifically the manner in which why they placed you under arrest, not specifically the derelict vehicle ordinance. So this is the ordinance labeled disorderly conduct, if you recall getting that ticket from the arresting officers. And the subsection of the ordinance that they used to place you under arrest was this language here. Whenever I reviewed this case, I believe that
gestures are constitutionally protected.
You can't make laws that go above and beyond it.
Well, just
If you give me an opportunity to
Okay,
finish,
okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
This was on the books. This was the ordinance that they enforced, that they used to place you under arrest.
Okay.
When I had the opportunity to review the case, I agree with you that I believe this is in conflict with the First Amendment.
Okay.
Okay, that is protected speech. Because of that, all subsequent actions following the traffic stop, regardless if you were guilty of them or not,
Yeah.
are not going to be enforced. Because I do not believe that they had a constitutional right to stop you in the first place.
I've seen people get pounds of marijuana thrown out of court for unconstitutional.
The detective was then fired for the unlawful arrest in October 2022. Then, on December 12, 2022, Josh filed a lawsuit alleging multiple constitutional violations and state law claims. But on the case was dismissed on November 15, 2023, after Josh agreed to settle for $100,000 in compensation.